Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is paper. P-A-P-E-R.
Really?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The dealers who bring you America's most talked-about new car, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto, and the exciting new Plymouth. See them both at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Is that boar still hanging around? Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $2,500 for one of our couples.
We have a young married couple for you now, Groucho. They volunteered from our studio audience just before we went on the air. Mr. and Mrs. John Robert Sweeney, come on in and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mr. and Mrs. Robert Sweeney. You're John Robert Sweeney? Oh, well, that's even better, huh? Mrs. Sweeney, what is your front name?
Helen.
Helen, now that's a nice name. I won't ask you how old you are, but how old do you tell your husband you are?
28.
28?
8.
Oh, that's a very nice age. What is your hometown, Helen?
Glasgow.
Glasgow? Oh, well, we had a girl from Glasgow not long ago. We sang I Belong to Glasgow. She and I. Would you like to sing it with me? I usually do that with anybody that's...
I heard you sing it.
What's that?
I heard you sing it before.
You heard me sing it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Well, don't tell me about it. Tell it to Sweeney here, will you? What is your hometown, Mr. Sweeney?
Gourock, Scotland.
Sounds like the last 2 cups of water going down the drain. Gourock, 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 Gourock. Where is Gourock?
Gourock's on the Firth of Clyde in Scotland.
Oh, you were born on the 4th of Clyde, huh? That's a
Well, near
coincidence.
it.
I was born on the 4th of August, eh? Well, you're both from Scotland, huh? Do you know this Scott song? I'm 94 this morning, I am 94 today. And I'm not so young as I used to be, and I'm getting old and grey. But my heart is young, and I'm fond of fun, and it's very plain to see. And I'm getting married on Thursday noon, I'm 94 today. Of course, down in the village... Of course, down in the village, it will be a big surprise. The people think it's all a joke, and the minister's telling lies. But we will have the laugh on them as sure as I'm alive. For there's gonna be a christening yet before I'm 95. Well, Will Fife taught me that song in London many years ago. He was a great Scott comedian. You remember him?
Yes.
I think he was better than Lord. Of course, a lot of people don't know about Fife. How long have you two been hitched?
6 years.
6 years, huh? You look very happy. Huh?
We are.
How did you meet this Highland lassie, Fife the Fourth?
I was organizing a badminton club in our church. And,
Badminton club where?
Yeah, in the church.
This morning.
And during the evening, I had to collect a small subscription.
Aye.
Well, after I'd collected the subscription, Helen came along and accused me of shortchanging her for 9p.
Helen, she accused you of shortchanging her 9p? I thought they didn't wear pence in Scotland, huh? Thought all they wore were kilts over there.
Not playing badminton.
Well, what is a courtship like in Scotland? Where did Johnny take you for excitement,
Well,
Helen?
the war was on at the time, so there wasn't very much we could do. There was a blackout.
In the evenings.
No, I guess there's not much a young couple can do in a blackout. You can tell that to Sweeney, too, you know. What sort of work do you do, John?
I'm a draftsman with the Fluor Corporation.
You're a draftsman with the flu?
The Fluor, Fluor Corporation.
What do they do?
They're contractors to the oil refinery industry.
Oh. Do you know any good Scots jokes, Helen?
No, I haven't got much of a sense of humour.
Neither have I, but I still like to tell Scots jokes. Helen, did you hear the one about the Scotsman who had himself tattooed so he wouldn't have to buy his family a television set?
That's funny.
How do you like that?
It's funny.
That's funny? You like that one, huh? Well, I agree. You certainly don't have a very good sense of humor. What about you, John? Do you know any good Scots jokes?
Yes, I know a few.
Well, tell us one, will you?
Well, have you heard the one about the Scotsman who was travelling by train down to England? And the conductor came along for his fare. He said, that'll be 5 shillings. The Scotsman said, I'll give you 3 and 6. The conductor says, 5 shillings is the price. The Scotsman says, it's not worth any more than 3 and 6. He said, I'll give you 3 and 6. So the conductor, he lost his temper at this, and he seized the Scotsman's grip and hurled it out the window.
Took the suitcase and
Yeah.
threw it out the window?
So at this, Scotsman, he burst into tears. He said, first of all, you tried to do me out of 1 and 6, and then to crown it all, you throw my young son out the window.
John, do they have many more jokes like that back in Scotland?
Yeah, they've got lots and lots of them.
Well, you take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland Yard before you. Well, it's been real pleasant talking to you two kids, and I think you're going to have a wonderful life together, and a lot of wonderful children if they're anything like you two. Because you're a real nice couple. Anybody says you're not a nice couple, I'll scotch those rumors. Now, just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $2,500 question. Right now, here's a beautiful girl with something important on her mind. Now, let's see how you work together as a team. Fetterman, would you mind explaining the rules?
All right. You bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions, and the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $2,500 question later on in the show.
Is that pretty clear? All right, now, let's see how high I can bet you $20. You selected famous ships. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
1997.
1997. What was the name of the ship that battled the Monitor?
Merrimack.
The Merrimack is right.
You're off to a fine start. You have $39.97.
Remember, you're going for $2,500 tonight. Now, how much of this sum will you bet this time?
I'll leave 2 cents.
You're going to leave 2 cents, so you want to bet $39.95. Columbus set sail for America with 3 famous ships. 2 of them were the Nina and the Pinta. What was the name of the third ship?
I think it was the Santa Maria.
I don't know it, John.
Well, I guess we'll have to try the Santa Maria.
Santa Maria is right, huh? That couple is right.
You're really on your way. You have $79.92.
Gave me heart failure that time. You know
I
that.
had it too.
Here's your third question. Now, how much of this $79.92?
Keep 1.
Okay.
1 cent.
They're going to keep 1 cent, huh? In 1912, a liner making her maiden voyage struck an iceberg and sank. What was the name of this ship?
Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Titanic is right.
You now have $159.83.
Here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of this sum are you going to bet?
All of it.
All of it. One of the causes of the Spanish-American War was the blowing up of a United States battleship in Havana Harbor. What was the name of this ship? Talk it over.
I don't know it. Oh.
No idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you. I'm sure everybody in the audience knows it. The battleship Maine. It started the Spanish War.
Oh.
Groucho, they went broke.
Well, we can't have that. Nobody leaves here broke. I'm going to give you one more question for $25. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What do you brew in a teapot? Tea is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho, I'd like you to meet Mrs. Natalie Spofford. She was chosen from our audience just before we went on the air. Her partner is Mr. Rudolph Florentino. Folks, come on in and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Spofford, huh?
Yes.
Natalie Spofford, huh? I presume you're the housewife?
Yes, I'm a housewife. I'm married, but I'm not exactly a housewife.
No, my brother Hop was married, too, and he isn't exactly a housewife. What's your excuse, Natalie?
I'm a forelady in a laundry.
You're a forelady? You say you work in a laundry? Well, how is it you're not in Washington? I understand they've been promised a big cleanup back there. What laundry do you work for, Natalie?
The California, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Incorporated City Dye Works, too.
Would you object if we squeezed in a word occasionally about DeSotos now and then?
I think it would go well.
Yes, it would. Now, Mr. Rudolph Florentino, huh? Say, that's a very euphonious name. I might even say it's about the euphonious name I've come across in a long time. Where are you from, Rodolfo?
I'm from sunny Sicily in Castellamare, in the island. I came to this country when I was 5 years of age.
Where did you come to?
Well, I came to
From
New York
Sicily?
City from Sicily, in the island of Sicily, in Castellamare del Golfo.
Oh. How long did you live in New York, Rudolph?
Well, I left New York City when I was a young age of 23. Then I decided to go to the Argentine to become an Argentine gaucho.
It seems like a waste of time and money. I became a groucho, and I certainly didn't have to go to Argentina. Although I may before this program is over. Who is this groucho you're talking about?
Gaucho of the Argentine is the equivalent of the American cowboy. Of course, he's more romantic, vigorous, a great herdsman and horseman, and a great musician and a great lover at all times.
Until what age would you say he's a great lover?
Oh, at the right age of 80, an Argentine gaucho from the Argentine Pampas is a great lover at 80, a great horseman, and a great musician because he loves music and romance.
Not only that, at 80 he's also a great liar. Give me none of that 80 stuff. By the way, what influenced your decision to leave New York and become a groucho? Gaucho, who's he?
Well, I wanted to follow in the footsteps of the greatest lover in the history of Hollywood, Rudolph Valentino. I wanted to become like him, so I became an Argentine gaucho.
Oh. I thought you reminded me of some old-time movie star. However, I was thinking of Rin Tin Tin. What made you pattern your life after Valentino?
After witnessing Valentino in 1921 in The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, I saw Valentino play the part of the gaucho. He done the Argentine tango. Right then and then, I wanted to become a gaucho. And what did I do? I went to South America, to Rosario, to become an Argentine gaucho.
And did you succeed?
Of course I did. I became Rudolph Valentino's double in The Son of the Sheik.
Oh, is that so?
Imagine Mr. Groucho. With one look of Rudolph Valentino in the cinema, women built shrines to his memory. It lasted them a lifetime. They won their husbands to become like Valentino. Can't be done.
It's not easy. I've been trying it all day. It just doesn't work, that's all. Well, now I'd like to go on talking to you two, but now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $2,500 question.
Our first couple lost all their money, and the secret word is paper.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Out of our list of 20 categories, you selected number 10, words from names. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
18?
All right, 18.
Okay,
18.
all right. A type or style of beard was taken from portraits by a famous Flemish painter. What is this type of beard called?
A Van Dyke.
Van Dyke is right.
On your way, you have $38.
Let me go in for $2,500 tonight. How much of the 38 are you going to risk?
6?
36.
36.
36.
36, all right. The expression that means the way the rules should be played comes from an English authority on cards, chess, and backgammon. What is this expression? You know, in a card game, when there's a discussion, an argument.
Hoyle?
According to Hoyle.
Hoyle?
According to Hoyle is right.
You now have $74.
Had to give him a little help because they didn't know quite what I was referring to. Here, you got $74. Here's your third question. How much would you bet?
72.
72. Bacteria in milk is destroyed by raising the temperature or boiling it. This process was named for the French scientist who developed it. What is it called?
Louis Pasteur.
Pasteurization is right. Oscar Bazoo.
You now have $146.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
146?
Yes.
146.
The voice. All right. A long dagger-shaped knife was named for its designer, an American frontiersman. What is this knife called? A
Repeat.
long dagger-shaped knife was named for its designer, an American frontiersman. What is this knife called?
Jackknife?
No, I'm sorry. No, it's a Bowie knife.
Oh,
Bowie.
James Bowie.
Well, these people went broke, Groucho.
They do, eh?
Yeah.
I'll give you this one question. Get it right, and we'll bring your winnings up to $25. Are you ready? What color are the bluebells of Scotland?
Blue.
Blue is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Well, Groucho, just before we went on the air, our
What's that?
studio audience selected a building wrecker, a Mr. Maurice Wolfson. His partner is Mrs. Marie Clark Miller. So, folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mr. Maurice Wolfson, you're from a wrecking company?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from, Maurice?
I was born in the Twin Cities.
Oh. And Marie Clark Miller, huh? Where are you from, Marie?
Well, I was born in Utah, but I came here from Des Moines, Iowa.
Well, that's unavoidable, I guess. How did you meet your husband, Mrs. Miller?
Oh, well, I was a young actress, and he was a druggist.
Say
and...
no more. I know the whole sordid story. You got a bad review, so you went into his drugstore to buy a gallon of carbolic acid. And just then a minister fell through the ceiling. And you got married. Is that pretty close?
Oh, no, it wasn't that way at all.
It wasn't?
No. I was stranded in a little southwest town, and I had to stay at a little dreary old hotel. And one Sunday night I was pretty blue when I heard some young men singing, "Nearer, My God, to Thee." It made me feel awful, and I said to the proprietor, I said, for goodness sakes, who is that singing? Who has that awful bass voice? And he said, why, that's Henry Miller and his gang.
And his gang? It's a pretty rough description of a group singing Nearer, My God, it is.
Well, anyway,
These didn't sound like juvenile delinquents to me.
I met him later, and, well, I sort of fell in love with the voice, and I didn't go back to New York.
Well, how long before you nailed him?
Oh, it was quite some time
It was, huh?
before he got me.
Oh. Well, thanks for the correction. Huh? Who do you work for, Maurice?
The Cleveland Wrecking Company.
Are you a termite?
No, not yet.
What kind of work does the Cleveland Wrecking Company
we
do?
wreck buildings of all kinds,
You
such
do,
as
huh?
frame buildings, apartment buildings, industrial buildings, from coast to coast.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you go about wrecking a building? Do you throw a big party New Year's Eve or something?
How we go about wrecking a building?
Yeah, that's what I asked you.
Well,
What do you do first?
we start at the top and come down to it's just building in reverse. We start at the roof and come down. Of course, if it's a frame building, we strip it.
Well, that could be fun, depending, of course, on the shape of the frame. Marie, I think it's time we talk to you. Now, you were introduced as a club woman. What is that exactly? Are you a girl bat boy? Or what clubs do you belong to?
Well, no, I belong to the National League of American Pen Women.
What is that, a pig pen?
No, it's a group of women who are interested in writing and a lot of the arts, and they have chapters and branches in most all of the important cities of the United States.
Well, let me get this straight. This club is for writers. What kind of writing do you do, Marie?
Well, I write dramas, bonnet plays, and verse, poetry, what have you.
Is your poetry any good?
Well, I have 2 books published. One is Holidays in Verse, and the other is Christmas Blooms.
Could you give us a sample of your poetry, Marie? We're always trying to add a little culture around here. Not too much, just a smidgen, you know.
Well, this is
See what the reaction is to this, eh?
This is just a little tiny one.
Well, give us a small quatrain, and we'll go on from there.
Okay. When the windows rattle and chandeliers sway in the middle of night, I wish it were day. Now look here, old Earth, stop shaking your head. I'm too old now to be rocked in bed.
Marie, that was pretty good. I like that. What was it about? No, really, I don't know what it was about.
Well, that was about the big earthquake last summer.
That was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Say, that earthquake did a lot more damage than I thought, didn't it? Well, that was real good, Marie. You impressed me with that. Now we're going to, enough of this chatter. We're going to get down to the basic stuff, which is money. You're going to have a chance here to run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $2,500 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
Our second couple lost all their money, too, so these people have a clear field.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can bet your $20. You selected famous poems. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you bet?
Whatever you desire.
15.
15. All right. Who wrote The Raven?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe is right.
You now have $35.
Let me go in for $2,500 tonight. How much of the $35 will you bet on your second question?
You're the boss.
Come on, you house wrecker. Get going here, will you?
30?
Whatever you desire.
30? He's the most polite home wrecker I've ever met. The poem Trees is also famous as a song. Who wrote the poem?
That was a lady.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man. I know him.
Talk it over.
I know, but I can't put my finger on it.
I'm sorry. It's Joyce Kilmer.
Of course, I know.
I know.
That's a shame. You now have $5.
Well, you mustn't get discouraged. You still have $5. Here's your third question. How much will you bet?
Bet it all.
3?
Yes.
Oh, no. Bet it
5. All right, we'll bet it all.
Who wrote "Oh Captain, My Captain"?
Wait, I didn't hear the bet.
You bet $5.
Oh, the whole bet?
I presume you bet $5, didn't you?
Yes. Captain, my captain. I know that. I know the poem. I know Captain,
wrote
my
it?
captain. It wasn't Longfellow, was it? No. It was, oh my, where's my mind?
Did you look in your bag, Marie?
No, I
Oh, Groucho?
Edgar, oh, no.
Well, that about winds you two up.
Well, the answer to that was Walt Whitman, and these people lost all their money, Groucho.
Now, we can't let you leave here without any money. We're going to give you one more question for $25. Nobody leaves here broke. Get this right, and you bring your winnings up to 25. And no coaching, please. It's a tough one. Who was buried in Grant's tomb?
I think it was
We
Grant.
know Grant, don't we?
General Grant. Yes, they knew it right away, eh?
Well, Groucho, all of our couples tonight lost all their money. Well, what this means is that all three couples will be back in just 1 minute to get a chance at the $2,500 DeSoto Plymouth question.
Right now, here's one of our beautiful friends with some news about the beautiful new DeSoto.
All right, here we go with 3 couples tied for the chance at the $2,500 DeSoto Plymouth question, Groucho. Each couple will decide on a single answer and write it down on one of their cards that we've given them. And if all 3 couples get it right, we'll split the money among them. Okay?
Are you ready?
15 seconds, right?
Right. From 1907 until 1916, an eccentric monk exerted powerful influence over the court of the Tsar of Russia. His power was ended when he was assassinated by a group of nobles. For $2,500, by what name do we know this man?
Write
Write it down. All 3 of them got Rasputin, so they'll split the money between them.
Well, wonderful.
Congratulations. They each won $833.33. Isn't that right?
Yes, plus nothing in the quiz.
Plus nothing in the quiz. And congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember that the dealers who sell the distinguished 1953 DeSoto also sell the brilliant new Plymouth, the first truly balanced car in the low-priced field. DeSoto, Plymouth, 2 great new cars. Both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks. And remember, see the 1953 DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. A minute for safety beats a month for repairs. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.